You guys, you made it! We are finishing up today. You are going to be able to share your final copy with me, and you will be all done with your country report. I cannot wait to read these. I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom to the next page so you can kind of see what's going on. I put it all in one place. That way you could always pause and come back to this later. But I'm also going to show you a Word document in a minute to sort of make this a little bit easier. But first I want you to look at the must-haves. Your final copy has to have your name and your date on it. It's just very important. I don't care what date you choose. It can be whatever day you do this one. It needs to tell me what country it is, and then you should have 5 clear paragraphs, and I'd really love it if you tabbed every paragraph. I'll again show you how to do that today. So these are the 5 must-haves, and then you have some can-haves. These are things that I don't care about. If you want to do it, awesome. You don't have to at all. So one thing you can do is you could do like single spacing, 1.5 spacing, or you could do double spacing. Doesn't matter to me. You could also add pictures. That was the video from yesterday. You could add fonts and colors, also the video from yesterday. And then one thing I thought might be kind of cool, you could also title each of your paragraphs. I'm going to show you that one today. And then it's always cool to have an about the author section. So if you wanted to tell us a little bit about yourself, a little author's biography, I'd love to read it. So that could be fun too. You're going to notice that I didn't ask you to do a citations page, which is definitely something we would have done in the classroom. I am very aware that you had that little hot pink piece of paper that showed me what you circled in all of your articles. Normally I would have had you turn that in. I don't want you to do that. Do not feel like you need to send me a photo of that page. It's totally fine, okay? And then the last thing I want to show you is down here. When you're all finished today, I'm going to teach you how to file, share to me, and then share the document. So I'm going to walk you through this, but just so you know, this might be a good place to pause if you end up needing an idea of all the things that you're supposed to do today. Okay, so let me get out of here. Open up. I opened this document this time online since I think a lot of you are typing online, so I wanted to make sure that you had a good example of how to do this stuff. And I might even show you a couple of things that we had talked about from yesterday. So I have my name, my date, the name of my country, and then I have all 5 paragraphs, and all 5 of my paragraphs are tabbed. So those were the 5 things that were the must-haves. Again, name, date, country, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paragraphs, and then all 5 of my paragraphs are tabbed. Okay, so that's what that means. I'm going to guess now yours looks a little different. You've got some really cool photos in there. You've got some different colors and some different type, but I'm going to keep mine kind of plain today because I just want to show you some of the other stuff that you can add. So one thing that I mentioned that might be kind of cool to add to yours is titles for each of your paragraphs. So the way that I'm doing that is I'm just adding a new indent in before my, or sorry, a new paragraph before my other, the one that I'm going to be labeling here. And I want this to be bold, and this is my introduction paragraph, so I'm just going to simply type introduction. And then this next one would have been, I'm going to hit tab or backwards, I'm going to hit backspace, and again I want that to be bold. And this is my paragraph about unique Australian animals. And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to type in bold, this is about the Aboriginal Australians. And then this one is about, needs to be bold, school in Australia. And then this paragraph is my bold conclusion. Now, I actually think that looks kind of lame. So what I might do instead, just thinking ahead. Okay, I think first I'm going to make Australia way bigger because that's very important. And then now I can do something more like this. Maybe I'll make my introduction in the center. That looks kind of cool. And then I'll make this one in the center. Oh yeah, I like this. Okay, and then I'll put this one in the center. And this guy in the center. And also this one in the center. And that kind of makes them stand out a little bit more. So not something that you have to do, might just be kind of fun so I can see a clearer picture of what each of those paragraphs are about. So that was one of the things that was a can do. I'll also show you how to change your spacing. So one way you would do that is, you would go to, trying to figure out where the select all button is. Well, that's going to help us. Okay, hold on. Maybe review? No. Maybe view? No. Maybe home? Okay, no. Okay, here's what you're going to do instead. You're going to just simply hold down the button and select it all, because what I want to do on this time, and I actually luckily found it right here, is I'm on the home screen, and then I'm going to hit these 3 little dots, and I want to hit line spacing. So let's say that I wanted to make this 1.5, so it's a little bit easier to read. That may be, ooh, I like that. That makes it look a little bit better, and also it makes it 2 pages, which is even cooler, okay? So that was one of the things that you could have added, is you could have changed the line spacing. And another thing that you could have added were titles. We did that. And the last thing could have been your about the author section. So that would have come down here. So you could have done, again, center, bold, all about the author. And this is just for fun, guys. You don't have to do this part, but maybe you could say something like, oops, not bold. Cheryl Glassy is a 5th grade student from Cathcart Elementary. She was born in Redmond, and I don't know, blah, 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 and loves to play volleyball and Animal Crossing with her family. I don't know, something like that, okay? So that is, again, something that's just another optional thing that I thought of yesterday that you might want to add to this video in order to make it a little bit more fun. But I want to tell you now, if you are all done, I'm going to get rid of this because I didn't actually finish it. If you are all done with yours, it's got the 5 things that you must have. It's got a few of the things that you wanted to add, and you are now so happy with it. It's done. You're ready to pass it along. You've got one final thing that you need to do. You need to make sure that it's saved, which it obviously is because it says Final Copy Saved. And then you're going to come up here to File, and you want to go to Share. So again, I'll do that one more time. You'll go to File, and then you'll go to Share. And then you want to do 2 things. We're not embedding this. We are going to share it with somebody. So that would be me. So you're going to click on this Share with People, and it's going to give you a little box of what you're doing here. So this is where you're going to need to make sure really carefully that you spell my name correctly. So you're going to write Cheryl.Glassy. And then it pops up for me. I don't know if it will for you. Hopefully it will, but in case it doesn't, make sure you spell it correctly. And then it's at snow.wednet.edu. And that is my email address. And then you're going to click that, or you're going to just know that that's the correct address. And then that's it. You're just going to hit send. Link is sent, and you are officially done with your country report. Okay? I can't wait to read them. I'm not quite sure what feedback's going to look like as far as from me goes, and I'm also not totally sure if we're going to have a really creative, fun way to share these with each other, but maybe we can talk about that at one of our Zoom calls. Maybe there's a way we can figure out how to share some of our favorite parts of our country reports with our friends, maybe through Flipgrid or something else cool, okay? But congrats on being done, and I can't wait to read them.